Yes, Moshe, yesterday we discussed about JavaScript. Okay, what is JavaScript and how to declare the JavaScript. These concepts we have discussed, right? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see now.
JavaScript is it client-side script or server-side script?
It's a client-side script.
Yes. Okay. So we discussed the points like something like yeah. JavaScript is client-side to implement websites. What is React?
React is a JavaScript library.
React is library of JavaScript. Yes. What is the React JS? The library of JavaScript. Yes. Now already we discussed how to create the JavaScript. So yesterday we discussed some points. Okay. JavaScript is loosely typed script. Not only JavaScript, both React as well as JavaScript. Loosely typed means what the meaning? No need to declare data types at the time of variable declarations. Okay. Yes. Next one. JavaScript. React is okay. Dynamic. What the meaning? What is the difference between dynamic type and loosely type? Alam. Janardhan. What is the difference between these two? So dynamic type means variable values will assign at runtime. Means data types, not values. Sorry, data types will assign at runtime. Loosely type means what is that? Not providing data types at the time of variable declaration. That's the difference between these two. Is it clear? So loosely typed means we don't provide data types like int, string, boolean. These data types we are not providing. Dynamic type means every variable internally contains one data type based on the value. Okay. So now we will discuss what are the data types we have in JavaScript. Now, yeah. These two comes under case-sensitive technologies. What are the cases it follows here? Camel cases. Yes. Follows that camel case. What is camel case? From second word onwards, every word first character is capital letter. Is it clear? That is camel case. For example, on function, to take get element by ID. So here get is one word. Element is one word. By is one word. ID is one word. This is I would get element by ID. Is it clear? From the second word onwards, every word first character is capital letter. E is capital letter, B is capital letter, and I is capital letter. Okay. These are the basic points what we have discussed. Now, what are the data types available? So, JavaScript is use the type script. So, no need to provide data types. The time of variable declarations. Yes. Is it clear? So it is not required to provide the data types. But it is also dynamic typed script. So every variable internally contains a data type. Is it clear? Yeah. So based on the value, what is the value we are assigning? Based on that value, every variable internally contains one data type. Now, how many types of data types we have? Okay. So that is the main point we are discussing here. Okay. Available data types are number, string, boolean, undefined, and object. These are the main categories. Number, string, boolean, undefined, and object. In object, again, we have null, array, and object. These are the data types. Okay. So null, array, object. These are the data types we have. Yeah. Now we will see the examples with these data types. Before that, one function is the type of. Using this function, we can get the data type of a variable. So what is this function? Type of. This function we are using to get the data type of a variable. Okay. One program I'm creating. So right now I'm using Notepad. Later we will discuss with Visual Studio Code. Okay. Now here, first.html. Now script open tag and the script closing tag. You know how to declare that JavaScript. It's how they can open it. Close it. Now, inside this, I want to take one variable. X is equal to the name of variable is X and its value is 100. Yeah. 100 means it comes under which data type?
Number.
Which data type? It is number data type, right? First I'm printing alert text. What is this file? First.html. Yeah. This is the file which we create. Now I want to see the result of this file. You know how to see the result of this file. We need to open where? Notepad. Sorry, browser. Okay. What is the output we have? Is it clear? Alert type of X. I'm using that. Okay. Refresh. Send up. Yes. So this is the data type. Yes. So that is first one. What that number data type? Now one more variable I want to declare. So here let me delete alert type X. Y is equal to Scott have. What the name of this variable? Y and value is Scott. Alert type of. So it comes under string data type, right? So now X is number data type. Y is string data. Z is equal let type of Z. What is Z? Z is equal to 2. Type of Z. Tell me what is the Z data type? You can
Boolean.
also message me. What is the data type of Z? It is yes, Boolean data type. Now refresh it. Number, string, and this is Boolean. Okay. Now, A I have given. Alert A. Before that, see, we are not providing any data types outside like int at the time of variable declarations. But every variable internal contains one data type. So if you use int, then you will get the error message. I inspect. So go to the console. So undefined, unexpected identifier exit space line. Instead of this, okay, we are using where or let keywords to declare the variables. Yes. You may feel where and let these comes under database data types. Don't feel like that. These are not data types. Okay. These are access specifiers. Access specifiers we are using to specify the scope of variable. Means you want to use that variable inside the function or within the block or from outside the function. This type of scope you want to provide, then we are taking the support of. Okay, now here one more tab. And right. So what is the scope of where and what the scope of let? We'll discuss later. Anyhow, these are different types of data types we have. Number, string, boolean, and undefined. Okay. So where a value is not assigned, the value of a is not assigned, then it comes under undefined because value is not defined. Is it clear? Value is not defined. Then it comes under which data type? Undefined. Is it clear? Now, if I refresh it, first this is number, string, boolean. And what is the type of this? Undefined. Yes. So here I have given alert A. So alert A means value is not defined. That's why it comes as undefined. Has got it. So this is the information about data types. The next category is object. Yes. For example, here on variable, once again, I'm telling to you, don't think about what is where, what is that, we will discuss. So where B is equal to yes. And let so null is also one. Null comes under object data type. Null means no value you are assigning. That's the meaning of null. You're not assigning any value to the variable. So that is about null. So sometimes to check the conditions we are using null, I will discuss later when we are in the null. So if I refresh it, we can see. So first one number, string, boolean, undefined, and here null I'm printing. So in case if I use type of null, yes. So again type of B, refresh. So what the data type of that variable? Object. Is it clear? So null comes under which data type? Object data type. Yeah. So not only null, what are the other data types we have in this category? Object, array is there, object is there. Okay, now we will discuss about this array and object. Anyhow, these are the main data types in JavaScript. So we started our discussion with these data types. Okay. So by default, we are not providing any data type from outside. Every variable internally contains one data type based on the value. What is the value we are assigning? Based on that value, internally every variable contains one data type. Is it clear? Now we are starting the concept array. The next one is array. So what is array? And where we are using this array? That is the main. I think you people may have idea on other technologies. In those technologies, based on that other technologies, can tell me what is array? Hmm? Anybody have idea on this? What the difference between normal variable and array? Yes. So we are using collection. Array is collection of elements. So the original definition of array is collection of elements. Normal variable can store a single value. Array can store the collection of values. That we are saying as collection of elements. Each element is combination of index and so every element is combination of index and value. Index of first element starts with 0, and last element ends with total number of elements. Yeah. So what is the index of first element? 0. And what is the index of last element? Total number of elements minus 2. For example, I want to store multiple users information in a variable. Okay. Or records of database in a variable. Like the collection of values I want to store in a variable. Yes. That point of we are taking the support of array. Yes. So array is nothing but what is that array? It is collection of elements. Okay. So in future we'll discuss how to connect with the database and how to fetch all the records of table. Okay, those records we are storing in a variable. That variable is a variable. Okay. Now, come to the second point. In other languages, so array is collection of similar elements, means homogeneous elements. Where in other languages. Yeah. But here it is collection of heterogeneous elements. Why? Because this JavaScript is loosely typed script. So that's why you can store any type of value in array. You can store numbers, you can store string, collection of numbers and string. For example, in C and other technologies, at the time of declaration of array, we are using data type int ARR is equal to like that we are using. Means this data type is int, that's why we must store the numbers. Okay. If you don't use any data type here, then you can store the strings also like this. So that is the main concept in JavaScript. So now JavaScript is loosely typed script. So we can store any type of values. Means it is heterogeneous collection, not homogeneous. You got it? What this? It is heterogeneous collection. So that is the concept of this. Okay. Now we will discuss how to use this array. Skip open tab and close it. Do this. Once again, I'm telling var is not data type. Okay. Or take an ARR is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. Like. Yes. Alert ARR. I'm printing this. Where is it? If I refresh it, I'm getting 10, 20, 30, 40 at the fine. Now I told you every element contains index number. So what the index number of first element? 0. Index number of second element? 1. This is 2, like that. Now if I use alert, error of 0, I given like this. Error of 0 means first element hybridity. What is that? Here we have like this. This is that. Now, error of 1. What is this? Second element. So what is the second element here? That is 20. Yes. Other element 20. Now save, refresh. You can see 20 is still. Like. For example, here, if it takes Scott, is it accepted or not? Hmm? Is it allowed or not? I have taken Scott. Yes, it is allowed. Because it is collection of heterogeneous elements at both, right? Now, if you observe this output, we can see we're getting tenants. Means we can store any type of element in array. Is it clear? That is your choice. Got it. Because I am not restricting with any specific name. Data type. Okay. So that's why we can store any type of value in this array. That is the main. Next one. We are discussing the properties and methods of this. Yes. Yes. Length. What the first one? Length. Using this property, we can get yes, total number of elements of this is the length property. The main purpose is to get the total number of elements. So in this example, just I'm using total how many elements we have in this array? 4 elements. Now we are using ARR dot length will give that total number of elements. Now if I refresh it, yes, 4 is the output. So this is about length. So now we have some functions related to this array. Need to discuss those functions. Very, very important functions. Okay. Yes. So those functions we need to discuss. So we will discuss those functions in the next session. The push, pop, shift, unshift, like that we have those functions. So we started our concept with data types. Okay. You don't have the drive access, right? That's why what I'm doing here, I want to feed this information in chart of this. See. So I'm sending you the chat message. 1 second. You got one message, check it out. One more message I'm sending in chat. Yes. So copy these 2 messages and paste in any file in Notepad or somewhere. Once you get the drive access, then you can get these files. And management people are trying to reach you. So if you want to continue, please attend their calls. Okay. So then only will get the link that the payment should be. Fine. In next class, I will discuss the functions related to this array, push, pop, map, like that. We have different functions. These functions will discuss. And the point is, array is very, very important. Okay. Because at the time of reading the data from database records, table records, those point of view, getting the support of this array. That's why we must concentrate a lot on this array. Okay. Fine. So any questions from your side? As I told you, demos were spending up to 40 minutes. Okay. Yeah. So in next class, we'll discuss the remaining class. So you can drop. Thank you.